Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. I know what you're thinking. Another boring weapon setup video. No. The AK5C, people are sleeping on it, and I will tell you guys why. I thought this weapon was another boring, stupid AR that I would attach a grip to, and I would use high power, and I would use a compensator or the tactical compensator, and then that would be the weapon setup video. Like, oh wow, another super accurate AR. No, this weapon actually, it has some very interesting things about it. It adds variety and something different to the game. Because as you can see, we got some crazy stuff going on. I'm using subsonic with a Type 4 heavy suppressor on an AR with a master key. Like, do you see what I'm saying? So this is not a boring weapon setup video. I have a ton of things to clarify and a ton of things to explain. So without further ado, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's get right into the video. One thing I want to clarify up front. This is not supposed to be a weapon that contests with close quarter kings like the VHX. This is most certainly an extremely strong weapon for mid-range, like an AK-24, like an SFAR, like even an AC-42, right? That is the strong suit of this weapon, except this weapon actually has the potential to be even stronger than the VHX and all those sweaty CQC weapons because it has a master key on it. So you can just one-shot those sweat people that use those weapons. There are some things I have to clarify before I get into the weapon setup itself, though. First thing, if you want to use a master key, which is my recommended preferred loadout for the underbarrel of this weapon, you have to use the master key in the first slot. See where my mouse is? The first slot, not this slot, not this slot, okay? If you equip the master key in any slot other than this top one, the game is bugged and will think your master key is actually a grenade launcher and only give you 3 ammo. You heard me correctly, okay? So make sure if you're using a master key, it is equipped in the first slot. Another thing, this weapon does not need a grip in my opinion, or a laser sight. Both are actually, the hip fire is decent and the accuracy is extremely good, okay? You do not need a grip on this weapon. So in my opinion, you run this weapon with full grenade launchers on your underbarrel attachments here, okay? Master key top, and then, you know, you can use incendiary or AP, just any combination of the grenade launchers you want. Another thing I have to clarify is do not use close combat extended at the moment. The RPM is actually lower if you equip close combat extended, even though it's supposed to raise your fire rate, and even though the game tells you it raises your fire rate, it actually doesn't. Close combat extended is currently bugged. If you would like to still use close combat, only use the regular sized magazine. I know it's very unfortunate and it's honestly unprofessional at this point that weapons release with bugs like this, because let's be honest, right? It's just amateur hour stuff. Okay, it just is. Another thing I have to clarify is the fact that high power actually does not benefit from hitting headshots within its 4 bullet to kill range, meaning this weapon does 25 damage to the body with high power ammo. So let's say you do 25 damage and that's a headshot with another body shot and another body shot. Your damage ends up being 97.5, which means even though you hit good shots, it doesn't change the bullet to kill. You still have to hit 4 bullets. All DICE has to do to fix this is increase the damage by 1, by the way. If it did 26 damage and you hit, let's say, 2 body shots and a headshot, you would do 104.1 damage. So high power, while it's really good, isn't the greatest choice in my opinion, because we have another very unique choice, which is subsonic plus Type 4 heavy suppressor. As you guys may recall, I actually hate running suppressors in Battlefield 2042. I don't think it's worth it. However, in very niche scenarios like this, a weapon releases that is unique and you can actually utilize the suppressors in the game. The reason why I'm combining the Type 4 heavy suppressor with subsonic is with this combination, you completely remove yourself from the minimap. And if you play Blasco and play in your sort of jammer radius, you're just a stealth god. You don't show up on the minimap and no one can spot you. This is the ultimate rat loadout in the game currently, okay? People are completely bamboozled when they get shot by this thing. They don't know where you are, bro. They don't. And another great thing about subsonic is it's essentially just standard issue. There's basically no difference between standard issue and subsonic. It's very strange. So just use subsonic. there's no point in not using subsonic, especially with the Type 4 heavy suppressor being available in the game. And with that, let's take a look at more detailed statistics from my friend Saro, who actually has an insane Google document detailing every single weapon stat in the entire game. I will link that in the description. So jumping over and taking a more detailed look at the statistics for this weapon, this is a screenshot of the subsonic ammunition, and we're looking at the bottom row specifically where it says Type 4. It has a 520 meter per second bullet velocity, which is a little on the slow side, but to be honest, while playing, I couldn't notice it at all, and I'd say that it actually doesn't matter for most situations. Because let's be completely honest here, you are not going to pick up the AK-5C and snipe somebody with it. Taking a look at the damage and damage ranges, this weapon retains its 5 bullet to kill out to 74 meters, and then it drops to a 6 bullet to kill from 75 all the way up to like 200, 600, whatever it is. So it has a very steady damage range, and it has decent full auto TTK. Like I said, this is not meant to contend with the VHXs and the PBX and the K30 and all that sort of thing. This is meant to sit in mid-range and basically just stay off the radar, be as irritating as possible. And again, if you want to take a closer look at these weapon stats, Saro has a full document that I linked in the description to go over every single stat of every single weapon in the game on top of vehicles. So I'll link both of those documents in the description. If you want to get the most out of this weapon, I would absolutely recommend playing Blasco. And the reason I would recommend playing Blasco is this weapon is certainly a more defensive style weapon. It is for the player that likes to sit in a position and just sort of hold that down. And I think if you play Blasco, it further plays to this weapon's strengths because you can place your jammer down, you can resist spotting. It's just a deadly combination in my opinion. And the funniest part is this weapon is strong with this setup while it's actually bugged, because as it stands right now, if you're using subsonic ammunition with a suppressor, it doesn't remove the damage indicators from enemies getting hit like it's supposed to. So if they ever fix that, on top of the fact that you can't be spotted if you're playing Blasco sitting in your jammer, you're not on the radar while you're shooting, and if they fix that bug, if you shoot someone, they don't get a damage indicator. So this AR certainly sits in an extremely unique position within the AR category. There is no other AR in the game that I would suggest running like this ever, and I am actually glad to see it. I hope they fix the multiple egregious bugs with it. High power, not having any benefit from hitting headshots is literally insane, and basic math. It's just basic math, guys. You could just up the damage by 1 to 26, and you would fix that. So how did you even get it wrong? Like, was it a typo? You're typing the damage in, you're supposed to type 26, but you type 25, and you didn't even double check it? I just seriously don't understand how that could possibly happen. And then on top of that, the close quarter extended mag is bugged, and it actually nerfs your fire rate. So, you know, I hope this video was informative. If you enjoy the content, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. I will be doing videos on the best weapons to use after the visual recoil updates, and I will be doing a full video recapping the best weapon setups in Season 7 for every single weapon in the entire game. So if you want to see those videos, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and follow my Twitch stream, link in the description, as well as the Discord and my Twitter and all that good stuff. Thank you guys for watching.